3, 8.
Pajama jeans look like designer denim jeans. Mock fly, front and back contrast pocket stitching, brass rivets, and smooth butt lifting design.
And this is exactly why no one takes As Seen on TV items seriously.
With 2 stretch bands, you can hang your pillow anywhere you want.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst As Seen on TV items ever.
It does not look like it does in the infomercial.
For this list, we're looking at those items sold via commercials on TV that were unforgivably terrible.
With Zoomies, you'll enjoy Mother Nature up close.
These products were generally ridiculed by consumers due to their pointlessness, their ludicrous concepts, or for their poor performance.
Sleeping on your side without proper breast support can be a major culprit.
Number 10. The Go-Go Pillow.
Introducing Go-Go Pillow, the plush, comfortable multifunction pillow that fits any tablet, anytime, anywhere.
While the Go-Go Pillow can be used for travel, its main function is to act as a holder for your tablet. The question we have is, why can't you just hold the tablet?
Tablets and large smartphones are great, but trying to email, travel, watch a movie, or follow a recipe is a real hassle.
And even if you did want some sort of holder, why should it have to be a pillow? Not only does this item make little sense, but it was also criticized upon release because it blocks access to the tablet's controls.
You'll never again have the frustration and pain of holding your arms out or knocking over your expensive tablet.
It also acts as a normal pillow and lays the tablet flat instead of propping it up at an angle. Just buy a tablet case instead. Number 9. Skinny's Instant Arm Lift.
Have sagging arms? We can fix that.
In what is perhaps the most insulting item on this list, the Instant Arm Lift is used to get rid of unwanted flab by literally taping the flab to the back of your arm.
Just attach it underneath the back of your arm and give it a gentle lift for the illusion of smooth, firm, younger-looking arms.
It's advertised to make, quote, sagging arms appear tight and firm. And we couldn't think of a more degrading and useless product. The tape is also extremely hard to apply and is quite painful to take off apparently, like slowly peeling off a Band-Aid. Agonizing, undignified, and hopelessly impractical. This item ticks all the boxes of a dumb product.
Okay, so here's how it looks from behind. You can't see it at all from the front.
Number 8. The Air Curler.
Does it take forever to get that perfect curl in your hair? And curling irons damage hair.
Advertised to create, quote, luscious curls in seconds. The Air Curler is basically a worse, cheaper, dumb-looking version of a real curling iron. But did you honestly expect luscious curls for $15? The contraption itself looks ridiculous. Whip this bad boy out in front of your girlfriends when getting ready for the big party, and you'll be the laughingstock of everybody.
Air curler spins your hair like a tornado to dry and curl your hair in just seconds.
It supposedly curls hair by spinning it like a tornado, but the results are more rat's nest and less Hollywood starlet curls. Save the aggravation and just buy a curling iron. Your hair and friendships will thank you.
This is just not what I think it should look like. Does this look like an elegant curl to you?
Number 7. Zoomies.
Introducing Zoomies, the compact, hands-free, high-power binoculars you wear like sunglasses.
If your goal is to look absolutely foolish while you're out in public, then Zoomies are for you.
Well, they don't really work that great, but they're so damn cool.
Zoomies are hands-free binoculars that sit on your head like a pair of glasses, so you can look at faraway objects without the annoying hassle of actually holding a pair of binoculars. Not only do you look ridiculous wearing them, but reviews also cite poor, blurry vision and weak magnification as deal breakers.
They turn any TV into a big screen TV.
We can imagine that even avid bird watchers passed on these, and we advise you to do the same.
Zoomies binoculars are so light, you'll forget you even have them on.
41.
Number 6. The Fat Magnet.
There's a lot of fat. Look at that.
Eating healthy is something we all want to do, but unhealthy food just tastes so good. Well, the Fat Magnet claims to be the perfect solution. You hover it over your food, and the excess fat on greasy foods gets sucked up by magnets or something like that.
It smeared it onto the plate. It didn't suck it up like it's supposed to.
Truth is, we don't really know how it works, mainly because it doesn't. Seeing this product endorsed on the Dr. Oz show is just painfully awkward.
Gets rid of all of that grease.
Can you all see that?
And it should be apparent to anyone watching that it is nothing but a cash grab. Maybe just buy a salad instead? Number 5. Cush support.
Introducing Cush, the comfortable nighttime companion.
No, this is not a support to house your marijuana. It's even worse. The product is basically a piece of foam or plastic that goes in between a woman's breasts as she sleeps to support them during the night.
Cush offers comfort and proper spine alignment for side sleepers, pregnant women, nursing mothers, and post-operative recovery.
It's impossible to look at this thing in action and not laugh in embarrassment at the sight of it. If that wasn't bad enough, a vast number of consumers complain that it doesn't stay in place due to the poor, slippery quality of the material. Sorry, C-cuppers, but you'll have to find relief elsewhere.
It can be kind of uncomfortable to have like boobs when you're sleeping, right? Like you can't sleep face down and stuff like that. Sometimes if they're sensitive,
I like sleeping
whatever.
Number 4. Better Marriage Blanket.
Offending molecules are absorbed before anyone knows they're there.
The fact that this is even on the market speaks volumes about our culture.
Don't do that!
What am I doing?
Don't fart in the bed!
We're not going to sugarcoat this. The Better Marriage Blanket is a comforter that absorbs your spouse's fart so that it doesn't stink up the bed.
So whether you or your spouse suffers from a health issue or just the occasional disagreeable meal, you owe it to your marriage to try the Better Marriage Blanket.
It's even advertised that the blanket uses the same fabric, quote, used by the military to protect against chemical weapons. Last we checked, humans farted methane, not VX. This probably started as a joke, but then some executive thought there was money in it. So here we are.
It's the problem in the marriage bed that no one likes to talk about. Maybe that's why they call it silent but deadly.
Number 3. The backup.
The patented backup gun rack keeps your shotgun at your bedside and is easily hidden by blankets and sheets.
The backup is a gun rack that's meant to house a gun beside your bed in order to shoot intruders without you even having to leave the comfort of your mattress. Not only is this one of the most puzzling and useless products ever, but it also holds the potential to be extremely dangerous. God help the spouse who sneaks back into the room from getting a drink. Terrible in all the wrong ways. The backup is truly one of the most perplexing things we've ever seen.
It's the smartest money you'll spend in your life.
Number 2, the potty patch.
Watch as we pour a full quart of water right on the potty patch. It disappears.
This one is for the lazy and disgusting among you. Can you not be bothered to take your dog outside?
We love Spot, but she was impossible to train. Then we got the potty patch, and it saved our happy home.
No problem. The potty patch is a piece of AstroTurf that your dog goes to the bathroom on so that you don't have to take your lazy ass outside. We can't imagine what the owner's house would smell like, but it's probably not pleasant. Dogs also have a penchant for tearing apart anything and everything, so many consumers' potty patches don't last more than a few days. There are just no redeeming qualities about it. Before we cringe in embarrassment at our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
That's right. Never touch another dirty toilet tissue.
Being a big guy certainly has its advantages and its disadvantages. This is a great product.
This is a real live 800-pound grizzly bear, and even he's having a hard time getting into the fridge locker.
The broccoli wad, an offer you can't refuse.
Get yours today for only $10. But wait, call now and we'll double the offer.
The secret to Booty Pop is its strategically placed pads inside the panty that lift buttocks, leaving a sexier, more desirable booty instantly.
Today's security code is
Number 1, sauna pants.
Now you can read, watch TV, or just relax in the privacy of your own home.
One of the most perplexing weight loss devices ever. Sauna pants promise to help you, quote, sweat in the areas you need it most.
Adjust heat level and relax as the sauna pants deliver a deep, soothing heat.
These are bulky, uncomfortable pants that heat up the lower half of your body in the hopes of making you sweat. They also need to be plugged in, meaning that you must be sitting within 5 feet of an outlet.
Lucky me, Hart found an extension cord. Now we can do this correctly.
So probably on the floor. Another criticism is that they come in one size, so many report an uncomfortable fit despite the fact that they are adjustable. Needless to say, sauna pants are one of the dumbest products ever.
Order now and just wrap and relax.
Do you agree with our list? What as seen on TV product do you regret buying?
No constraint.
Pure Leaf starts with real tea leaves for an amazing aroma. They're carefully brewed at a lower temperature for a smooth, delicious iced tea. I'm Alex White, Pure Leaf Tea Master. Pure Leaf, our thing is tea.
Apply even pressure as you go, and the longer you leave your tool in one place, the deeper and darker the burn will be.
Kids just wanna have fun, but with some toys, that's easier said than done. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for another Top 10 Dangerous Kids Toys. For this list, we're bringing you even more toys that present a serious health and safety risk to the kids they're marketed to. Once again, we're excluding toys that are only dangerous when the age guidelines are ignored. If you didn't see a toy you thought should be on the list, be sure to check out our first video of the Top 10 Dangerous Kids Toys.
We toys can see everything. So play nice.
Number 10, Polly Pocket.
Polly Pocket has a stage where she dances ballet. In her shiny tutu, so pretty today, Polly Pocket.
These dolls made a big impression when they first debuted in 1989, despite their modest height of under 1 inch. Imagine an entire apartment shrunk down to fit into a pocket-sized folding dollhouse, styled as a makeup compact. Add the male equivalent playset's Mighty Max, and this line of choking hazards had kids in the 90s eating out of the palm of their hand. These toys were already dangerous enough to warrant teaching your kid the Heimlich maneuver. But the Polly Pocket magnetic playsets, with their magnetic clothing, warranted a full recall in 2006. These dolls were too large to swallow, but the small magnets often fell out, wreaking life-threatening havoc on digestive systems if multiple were ingested. Number 9. Inflatable baby floats.
Otteru turns bath time into moments of fun, exploration, and learning.
There's nothing scarier than a potentially lethal baby product. Parents always need to be extra careful with infants around water, but you can understand how one might let their guard down when placing a child in an inflatable device specifically designed for that purpose. Sadly, a number of baby flotation products have ripped, resulting in the child sinking or being smothered. In 2009, some 4 million units, consisting of various models of the Aqualeisure baby floats, were recalled after 31 incidences of the seat strap ripping occurred, allowing the baby to fall into the water. In 2015, Otteru floats were recalled after some 50 cases of deflation were reported. Thankfully, neither specific case resulted in death. Number 8. Children's wood-burning kits.
We be burning, not concerning what nobody wanna say.
If the word burning is in the name of your product, maybe don't market it to kids. Admittedly, the various companies manufacturing this product have always targeted the outdoorsy, do-it-yourself, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts of America kind of kid. They're the types who generally don't need their toys bubble-wrapped.
I will be teaching you to dig a proper trench.
Sets from the 1950s were notorious for burns and for trusting in the fact that kids would learn responsibility. Modern kits, like those made by educational toy companies like TS Shure and NSI, are more safety-minded. But no amount of safety recommendations can mitigate the potential for burns, or worse, fires. If it can burn a pattern into wood, it can burn plenty of other stuff too. Number 7. Creepy crawlers. It might not exactly be playing with fire, but this creation station still involves high temperatures, and in early models, toxic fumes. Mattel first began producing creepy crawlers in 1964. Sets included die-cast creature molds, a liquid chemical that kids poured into the mold, and a small oven or hot plate to heat the plastigoop into hardened rubbery shapes.
And presto chango, you've got bugs.
Creepy crawlers got a lot safer in the 1990s, but the early versions consisted of an open-face hot plate that rose to 390 degrees Fahrenheit. It might not be liquid magma, but that's still blisteringly hot, especially if you touched the creature before it solidified. Although marketed as non-toxic at the time, that was before we knew the dangers of PVC fumes. Number 6. Austin Magic Pistol.
Works on magic crystals.
Doesn't it suck that all the most dangerous toys are also the coolest? This toy gun actually uses combustion. Flames shoot out of it. It's made of metal and totally looks like a ray gun from early sci-fi. While the Austin Magic Pistol might make for a wicked awesome vintage toy when you're in your 20s or older, this circa 1950s toy gun is absurdly dangerous.
You're gonna be fine, baby doll.
Its magic crystals are composed of a mixture of calcium carbide and water, which, with a little help from the sparking trigger, combusts violently. Even in the wild and crazy 50s, it quickly became apparent that this was no toy, resulting in a number of bans. Number 5. Science Whiz Bottle Rocket Party. Listed in the top 10 unsafe toys of 2014 list from parental safety group Watch, this kit gives children everything they need to have a bottle rocket party. It includes the rockets themselves, stoppers, and fun caution tape so you feel like you're at a real rocket launch.
Rockets explode!
What the kit does not include are the safety goggles they recommend on the packaging. The baking soda and vinegar-propelled rockets aren't going to explode, but the projectiles still present a significant risk of eye or facial injury.
Pretty easy, right?
The kit is labeled 8 and up, but you'd be hard-pressed to find any 8-year-old that's gonna wait until they can track down safety goggles before playing with something this cool. Number 4. Easy Bake Oven. The Little Lady Empire stove, with its metal frame and up to 600 degrees of heat, might have been the more deadly children's stove. But the Easy Bake Oven has had a much more significant impact since Kenner launched the product in 1963.
Slide 'em in, let 'em bake now. Slide 'em in, slide 'em out, Easy Bake, wow!
Over 25 million units have been sold since, meaning that the average kid likely interacted with one at some point. Most of the 11 models have been totally safe, but one or two got the recipe wrong. The 2006 version was recalled after 29 reports surfaced of kids getting their fingers caught in the front-loading oven door. Despite the recall, another 249 incidents were reported, one of which ended with a little girl needing a partial finger amputation. Number 3. Stats 38 Quick Folding Trampoline. Anything that goes up must come down, and the higher you launch a kid into the air, the greater the risk for injury. This specific trampoline might be mini, but it packs a huge risk factor. Marketed to children 6 and up, it has some serious bounce to it. No safety, no padded handlebar.
Turned out to be too dangerous.
The likelihood of your child losing control and flying into furniture is high. On the packaging, you find the following warning. Quote, landing on the head or neck can cause serious injury, paralysis, or death.
Duh.
If, as a manufacturer, you feel the need to put that on a product you're selling to 6-year-olds, you might have missed the point of age restrictions. Number 2. Mini Hammock. Inflatable baby boats might be prone to malfunction, but mini hammocks seem as if they were designed specifically to endanger young children. Made from a fine nylon mesh and lacking any sort of spreader bar, these child-sized hammocks were prone to entangling their young users. Most often, this would occur when the child was attempting to get in or out of the hammock. In 1996, the Consumer Product Safety Commission issued a recall and safety warning on 10 different mini hammock brands and models. Most notably the Easy Sales hammock brand, unsafe for use due to a lack of spreader bar. Between 1984 and 1995, there were 12 separate cases of kids becoming trapped in the hammock and dying from asphyxiation. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
They're flying! Fly for me, just for me, sky represents for me.
So much fun and easy to do. 'Cause wherever it goes, it comes back to you.
Number 1. Aqua Dots.
Aqua Dot!
The magical dots you create, spray, and play.
Aqua Dots are small, colorful balls that you arrange into patterns or images. Spray the design with water, and they solidify together into a single piece of art to show off to mom or dad. But as we've learned, anything a kid can swallow, they will swallow. These small toy beads, when ingested, caused vomiting, respiratory failure, seizures, and comas. Why?
Scientists say a chemical in the toy becomes a powerful date rape drug if it is swallowed.
Aqua Dots contained a compound that, when consumed, breaks down into GHB, the notorious date rape drug. The product was pulled from shelves after 3 separate toddlers fell into comas. The parents of one toddler, who suffered permanent brain damage, won their court case against the manufacturers, distributors, and toy designers, each company being assigned partial blame for the tragedy.
You'll also get 150 Aqua Glow Dots that light up in dark spots.
Do you agree with our list? What dangerous toys do you remember from your childhood? For more notorious top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Just like the 90s toy, the Slaplet snaps from flat to curled with the flick of your wrist.
Today's security code is 5334118.
You've Got a Friend in Me is just another way of saying choking hazard. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 infamous recalled toys. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're taking a look at toys that were deemed too dangerous or inappropriate for kids after their initial release, resulting in them being removed from store shelves. Number 10. Uterus Plush. No, you're not looking at a mutilated version of Lumpy Space Princess. This plush was part of a toy line that turns human organs into huggable playmates for ages 3 and up. Based on that product description, you're probably not all that surprised to hear that the manufacturer, I Heart Guts, performed an emergency hysterectomy and recalled this uterus toy. It didn't have anything to do with the appropriateness of this unique plush, though.
The killer removed the victim's uterus and its attachments.
He's out of his mind.
It was discovered that if the fallopian tubes were pulled and the ovaries became disconnected, the toy could be a choking hazard. While the plush was still made available to adults, the creators committed to making a quote-unquote kid-safe uterus. Number 9. Pokémon Burger King toys. As part of a $22 million promotion for Pokémon the first movie, Burger King distributed a collection of 57 toys that came inside plastic Pokeballs. That same year, a 13-month-old girl suffocated to death after covering her mouth and nose with one half of the container. The Consumer Product Safety Commission subsequently asked the fast food chain to initiate a recall. Burger King was reportedly reluctant at first, but they were finally prompted to take Pokeballs off the menu after another infant got a container stuck on her face and nearly suffocated. A big kid's meal only cost a few bucks, but catching them all comes at a much steeper price. Number 8. Mini Hammock. Since hammocks are already kind of like cradles for adults, a miniature hammock for children might sound like a good idea on paper. When a hammock is twisted, however, it can be like getting caught in a giant spider web, so you can understand why net mini hammocks received their fair share of complaints. The most significant problem with this toy is that it didn't come with spreader bars to keep the hammock open. This caused children to get stuck in the hammocks, resulting in injuries and even death. Between 1984 and 1995, 12 children reportedly died after becoming entangled in these safety hazards. So in '96, 10 manufacturers recalled over 3 million mini hammocks. Number 7. Magnetics. This construction set is comprised of plastic pieces with implanted magnets and steel balls that can be linked together. As is the case with many toys that involve building, some children were more interested in eating the pieces rather than playing with them. Swallowing plastic is one thing, but consuming a magnetic object is quite another. If a kid ingests more than one magnet, they can attract each other within the intestines and cause potentially fatal problems. The CPSC recalled magnetics in 2006 following the death of a young child and 4 other reported cases that resulted in surgery. Over 4 million sets were recalled, although this didn't include newer versions labeled ages 6 and up. Number 6. Cabbage Patch Snack Time Kids. Cabbage Patch Kids may look harmless on the surface, but these particular bad seeds are better suited for a playdate with Chucky.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Snack Time Kids had one-way battery-powered metal rollers in their mouths, making it seem as if they could eat plastic food. If you're wondering how the food was digested, worry not. Each doll had a magic backpack. The Snack Time Kids sold like hotcakes through Christmas 1996, but there was one problem. They also had an appetite for human children. After numerous kids got their hair and fingers stuck in the dolls' pie holes, the CPSC issued a recall in January 1997, and Mattel offered a refund of $40. Number 5. Sky Dancers. What goes up must come down. Galoob should have kept this in mind when they manufactured Sky Dancers. Hitting the scene in 1994, these winged menaces could propel into the air with a pull of a string. As majestic and whimsical as they looked up above, the dolls needed more work on their landing gear. Sky Dancers caused over 150 reported injuries, including concussions, temporary blindness, chipped teeth, and even a broken rib. By the year 2000, Galoob had recalled almost 9 million toys. Some might have written them off as pretty and delicate, but Skydancers likely caused more mayhem than all of your G.I. Joes combined. Number 4. Aqua Dots. Gamma hydroxybutyric acid, or GHB, can be used to send people into a numb or unconscious state, earning it the notorious reputation of being used as a date rape drug. We bring this up because aqua dots were comprised of chemicals that metabolized into GHB. These colorful beads could create various different images in a plastic tray. Just add water and the little dots fuse together. When children started swallowing the beads, however, they suffered from seizures, comas, and potential brain damage.
Shelby Esses didn't know. Her 20-month-old son Jack ended up in a near coma.
About 6 hours. Very long 6 hours.
Once people started to connect the dots, it wasn't long until 4.2 million of these toys were recalled. Aqua dots would later resurface in the form of Pixos, which were reportedly safety tested. Number 3. Inflatable baby floats. Statistics show that more accidents can occur in the bathroom than in any other household area. The odds of having an accident likely increased if you bought one of these inflatable baby floats. This toy was intended to help toddlers stay afloat during bath time. Unfortunately, the plastic rings were known to rip and leak air, leading Congaroo took their baby floats off the market when 54 seams were reported broken. Meanwhile, Aqualeisure recalled 4 million floats following 31 reported mishaps. Although nobody died, the floats left parents everywhere with a sinking feeling nonetheless. The only thing that would have made these products more unsettling is if the packages read, "You'll float too."
You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too.
Number 2. Easy Bake Oven. You know, there's a reason your parents didn't let you play with the stove growing up. And it turns out that even a toy oven can be a recipe for disaster. Most versions of the Easy Bake Oven have been perfectly safe, making it a childhood staple since 1963. However, one particular model seemingly came out half-baked. In 2006, Easy Bake Oven cooked up some bad press when 29 children reportedly got their hands caught in the latest model's front-loading door. Even after the product was recalled, 249 more accidents were reported, including 77 burns and a finger amputation. Who knew that a cooking device could be as controversial as a BB gun? Before we get to our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1. Lawn darts. It was marketed as an innocent outdoor game, but lawn darts look like they were designed for hunting wild animals. Heck, you could even theoretically use them to hunt men.
A rope, shovel, bag of lime, and some lawn darts.
Players were supposed to aim these sharp missiles at a plastic ring on the lawn, similar to horseshoes. In multiple cases, though, they missed the intended target and instead hit an unfortunate person in throwing range. Following their initial ban, lawn darts made a comeback in the 1970s. Although they were no longer promoted to kids, that didn't stop a lawn dart from killing a 7-year-old in 1987. This was the last straw, influencing the CPSC to help guarantee that lawn darts never touch American soil again.
What the truth was is that there were actually 6,100 lawn dart injuries treated in the nation's hospital emergency rooms since 1978.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.
Security officer reports men down in Sector D. Medical help required. Warning. High energy detonation detected in materials lab. Dr. King reports superconducting outer change is activated.
Coolant tanks are low. Please refill the facility tanks.
Today's security code is 5334118.
Don't forget, today is pizza day, so head on down to the cafeteria to grab yourself a hot slice.
Today's security code is 5334118.
Don't forget, today is pizza day. So head on down to the cafeteria to grab yourself a hot slice.